What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this video, I will be talking about several questions that you guys lit me up about my past video about cryptocurrency. Why do I invest in cryptocurrency if I'm such a heavy real estate guy? Check this out. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Justin Colby, and on this channel we talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. And here's what happened. I shot a video regarding cryptocurrency and the viability of it and whether it could be a good investment. Now, for any of you out there that are entrepreneurs or believe you are entrepreneurs without actually owning your own business, I will tell you one thing you should be considering is how you invest your money. I did get several direct questions from you guys, which I love, by the way. I really want to encourage more engagement here on this channel. I want you to like this video, because the YouTube gods like that, and I want you to subscribe. Make sure you're getting notified by clicking the notification bell, but I want more engagement, so I encourage you, write comments below, share my videos, ask me questions regarding the videos that I put out. And so my last video regarding cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the like spawned a decent amount of interest from you guys. So I thought I'd follow it up answering some of your guys' questions about why am I investing in cryptocurrency and what makes it a good investment for me that instead of just reinvesting in real estate. So one philosophy I actually have in general will be this concept, and it's called betting on the jockey, not the horse. So what does that ultimately mean? Ultimately, that means I'm betting on the people, not the actual business or the product. Well, in this case of cryptocurrency, when I first started investing several years ago, it wasn't about the people behind Bitcoin or Ethereum. It quite literally was from one of my closest friends. He said, "Justin, you are out of your mind if you have not invested in cryptocurrency." I said, "Huh?" Up until probably about a year ago, most of you guys would have said that. The reality is cryptocurrency has been around, at least Bitcoin, I can tell you, for 10 years. And up until about 3 years ago, I knew nothing about it. Quite literally, don't even think I heard of it before. But I had a very good trusted friend who is not a big business person. In fact, he's an actual fireman. But he actually really studies investments in a big way. And so because he is on a fixed income, so to speak, relative to myself, that I can keep generating more income as a business owner and entrepreneur, he needs to figure out exactly what he needs to do for his kind of long play retirement. So I trusted his investment strategy because I trusted him. He doesn't have a lot of extra cash to be throwing around everywhere. And so when he was making investment strategies or investments in cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum, I followed suit. He said, "Look what I've been able to do." Now, this was roughly about 4 years ago, maybe even a little more. And he was showing me his actual returns in this thing called Bitcoin. And I was absolutely blown away. I mean, this guy who does just fine being a fireman actually was making multiple six figures on his very, very small investment. And because of that, I trusted the jockey, not the horse, and I made the investment. Now, do I recommend that to absolutely everybody? Absolutely not. First and foremost, I am not a financial advisor and I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm simply telling you exactly what I did and why I believe in cryptocurrency. After making some small investments in Bitcoin, I started to see the return myself. In that case, I started to do a little bit more research. What was Bitcoin and Ethereum and blockchain? And I'll be honest, 4 years later, I'm still confused. I actually can tell you, for the most part, I don't understand it. And I'm okay with that because my belief in the jockey, not the horse, is actually paid off for me in a big way. Do I now have a much more familiarity with what Bitcoin would be rather than Ethereum? Yes, I do invest in both, and for different reasons. I invest in Bitcoin because I actually, quite frankly, believe it will be a better tool and instrument for payment than actual money. It is, again, a decentralized way to buy and sell things. And so the fact that banks and government don't control it in most part is really intriguing to me. I actually believe, very similar to Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey, that this could in general become the worldwide form of payment. I do believe we have a long way to go before that happens, but I do support that they are making that argument, and I believe those two individuals, which are probably two of the most brilliant minds we've ever had on this planet, both of them started massive financial companies, also are saying that they believe it could become the #1 instrument for payment. So let's go back to why I invest in these. Specifically for Bitcoin, I like the fact that it's a decentralized exchange of money. The reality is the last 2 years, if it taught us anything, it taught us the banking systems are totally broken. Think about how much debt/money we put out into the streets and created debt for our government to try to figure out a way to repay itself. It is crazy to think about, and this video isn't all about that, but that alone gave me that much more emphasis on making sure some of my investment was in the actual Bitcoin, which is much more a form of payment than anything else in my eyes. Gave me a much more stronger stance on investing in that. So I continue to dollar cost average. As you guys just saw on my last video, Bitcoin got all the way up north of $60,000 per coin. And as a moment in time right now is at 40,000 and some change. Now, by the way, if you think, oh man, it lost all that money, Justin, you should have sold. What I will tell you is on the way down, I continued to buy. I was even buying when it was in the 30s and the low 20s, just a short few weeks and months ago. I was getting a bunch of from my family when Bitcoin turned to $20,000 in value. Now, look at it, it's $40,000 and I still have my Bitcoin and I'm still buying it. The idea with Bitcoin is this decentralized money. There's no one governing it. And I like that because I personally believe our banking system is totally messed up. Now let's move on to Ethereum. These are the two biggest coins that people are aware of. And Ethereum is actually the second reason why I actually continue to invest is because of the technology. As I've mentioned, I don't fully grasp everything that's going on here, but I can tell you one thing. The technology for Ethereum really creates this blockchain that everything gets built off of, right? So it is like the foundation of a home. And in my mind, how I actually separate the two between Bitcoin and Ethereum is I think Bitcoin is like Earth. It's the actual land. There is a finite amount of it, and when they are done making it, it is over. I see that as Bitcoin. What I also see as the foundation for homes or buildings would be Ethereum. Now, in large part, we are going to be able to build many more homes and many more buildings across this world. And so that's how I see Ethereum, but everything needs to be built off of it, okay? And so for that, I'm buying into the actual technology of Ethereum. So without going deep into it, but like all the different transactional forms will be built off of an Ethereum platform. And I really like this idea. So for me, I actually have bought into the actual technology of Ethereum. Just like Bitcoin, Ethereum has gone up and it has gone down. And quite literally, it is at some highs right now. Yes, did it break $5,000 per Ethereum coin? It did. We're now in the 2000s. But again, I was catching a whole bunch of shit from my family when it was at 1,500 at its peak before 2018 or so. So I will tell you, by me not selling off in the point of its highest point, which was roughly in about 2018 when it was Bitcoin was at 20,000, Ethereum was at 1,500 or 1,700. I can tell you right now, it was an incredible decision because I believed in the jockey and the technology, and it has really, really paid off. Point number 3. This is much more investing 101. For me, it is a great way to save money. By the way, it's a hedge against inflation. If you guys didn't just catch it, in the last 1.5 to 2 years, the government has printed more money than it has ever printed and is on our streets. Do you think you aren't feeling inflation yet? You are absolutely wrong. You are feeling inflation in the housing market, in the lumber market, in the milk market, in the cheese market. All of the prices are going up, and it's because our government flooded the streets with money. So for me, I'm hedging against inflation. I'm actually utilizing it to some extent as a savings account. You see, if my money was sitting in a savings account, not doing anything, then essentially over time, I'm gonna end up losing money because it will not keep up with inflation, not at this rate. Quite literally is why some people invest in gold. because they don't believe that cash or money is gonna have the same amount of value as gold. Since there's not a bunch of people printing gold all the time, the value tends to retain and or appreciate. By the way, again, I want hyper engagement about this type of stuff, whether it's a real estate video, a crypto video, or otherwise. I want you to write comments, have questions, challenge my perspectives. I encourage it. Make sure you like this video and subscribe though, because YouTube really loves that stuff. And lastly, guys, why I believe crypto is still such a good investment is because I just look at the history. There is an actual track record. It's not quite literally brand new, although many of you believe it is because you just came across it and you heard of these crazy altcoins like Dogecoin because Elon Musk tweeted it, or you heard Shiba Inu, or all the crazy other names of these altcoins now have gained so much popularity. People are day trading them and making a ton of money. And to those out there doing that, congratulations. I love it. I love seeing entrepreneurship at its finest. With all that said, I don't invest that way, but this actual investment, specifically Bitcoin, has been around for 10 years. It is very easy to go online and just look at the history of it. It has only continued to appreciate every single year. Now, yes, are there ups and are there downs? And just like the real estate market, you have the same cycles. You have the highs and you have the lows. But if you look at real estate over time, and remember, I'm a real estate guy, I've done over 1,800 transactions. Over time, real estate will always appreciate. So that is the next and last reason why I continue to invest in cryptocurrency, and it's a good investment for me, is because I can just measure it. I can see that as long as over time I hold this, the investment continues to get better and better. And lastly, my personal strategy is to dollar cost average. Instead of putting money in my savings account, things of that nature, I invest it in crypto when it drops a certain percent, because I know over time it will continue to go up and up. So rather than just storing cash, this is a way for me to save it and hedge against inflation. And there's a history that shows this is going up over time. So guys, again, hyper engagement, really love it. Like the videos, share the videos, go back and rewatch all of my videos. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you are a real estate investor and if you've not spoken to some of my success advisor or even myself and want to talk about coaching, go over to thescienceofflipping.com and fill out a quick, simple, easy, fast form, and we will talk about whether I could be a good coach for you to help you get on the tracks, wholesaling your way to wealth, as that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing wholesale deals to make money, to buy rentals, and become wealthy. Hopefully you find this well. I'll see you on the next YouTube video. Peace.